Hi, in today's video we're going to be discussing the new Vectric laser module in V Carve 10.5 to do a hybrid project. When I say hybrid, I mean that we're going to carve and we're going to laser all in the same project. And we're going to do it from step one, from all the way to creating the file to showing you how to set it up and finish the whole project. So I think it's going to be a good learning experience for using this new laser module for Vectric to show a little bit of how it can be useful in your projects in the future. So let's get started. We went down to the local Home Depot and picked up a nice piece of pine to start with. Harder woods might look a little bit better with the laser, but this one was available for us, so we are using it. All right, first let's go into Vectric and start a new project. We're going to make a nice little square plaque, so it's going to be 11.25 by 11.25 is what we're doing for the width and for X and Y, the width and the height. Our zero position is going to be on the surface. We're going to choose to do the bottom front left corner for the datum origin, and let's just go in here and do some pine and press OK. All right, so there we have it. We're going to now go in and load our, import our vectors first. So we have our vectors saved here, and we have first the Porsche logo that we created. We just used some Inkscape trace features to make it. And let's see, it's probably shoved down there. Yep, there it is. We can go grab it and move it up here. Kind of put it in the middle there. And there we go. All right, so as you can see, our project is going to be kind of a plaque for car enthusiasts. We are Porsche enthusiasts here. So we're going to move this over to the left just a little bit to give room for what we're going to put in here next. Just kind of slide that over a little bit. And then we're going to import in our photo. So let's go over here and import a bitmap. And we're going to have the photo go in. Here it is. Open that. That's a little too big. All right, so we're going to just squish it down a little bit. We're going to kind of have it over here on the side. So it looks kind of cool. All right, so let's get it all lined up. Last thing we'll do is put a rectangle around this. And I'm sure there are easier ways of doing this. But this seems to me to be the way I'm doing it. Then we're going to also make another rectangle to have it so you can V Carve. Okay, just have it a little bit bigger than the other one. Make a nice little border. There we are. Okay, so now we've finished that, getting that all done. We're going to go up and check out our tool database and set up our laser tool, make sure it's in there. So we're using the 7 watt JTech on this with the high resolution lens. Our power is going to be 7 watts. The kerf on this we're choosing is 0.007. I'm going to do about 80 inches per minute. And let's do let's do one, I think, 130 inches per minute, sorry, and 80% power. I'm going to apply that and press OK. And actually, let's go and check and see we have our V Carve bit in here. V bit, we're going to do a 60-degree 1/4 inch. Ours has 2 flutes, and it's the standard default feed rate and everything, 45 inches per minute and plunge rate of 15 inches per minute. We're going to use that, so it looks like we have both our tools. So let's go and get in and start generating our toolpaths. The material setup, might as well go look at that. We have the default here. Our Z-gap is 0.2, and then 0.8 on the Z-gap above for home start position. And that seems to work okay for the V Carve. So we're going to start first with the V Carve. We're going to select our vectors here, these. And I just hold down the Shift and Control key to select multiple vectors. And we can go and have our depth we're going to do is 0.125 for the V Carve. Nice deep plaque kind of thing we're going here. And we can, so this is our V Carve 1. I'm going to calculate that. Okay. And that's what we have. So let's do a little preview. And it should look something like that. That's going to be nice. So we will save this toolpath. And we're going to use we are on a Shapeoko 3 right now. You're going to use, if you're on a GRBL machine, which is what we're on today and can do pictures, you can use the standard GRBL one. We're going to just choose the Shapeoko 3 one. If you have an X Carve, you can use the X Carve one. Let's see. So Shapeoko 3, let's see. That's kind of small. Shapeoko. Okay, so Shapeoko inch is what we're going to use for our post processor. And we're going to say save toolpath. And there you go. We're going to have our, let's put another folder in here. It's called Toolpaths. Portion. Can't spell it. V Carve. Okay, so that's the V Carve toolpath. All right, so for the next vectors, we're going to do this new laser module. We're going to do laser cut and fill. So these are the same vectors. We're going to basically carve them first, and then we're going to go in with the laser and fill them. You know, some people use paint and things like that. This is just an easy way to make it look really cool and have it filled with the laser. So we're going to go in and do that. First thing we need to do is go and grab the JTech laser post processor for the laser module. This one is going to be over here, the Vectric laser module post processors. So we need to go down and do the GRBL one. So we're going to go and click on this and say save link as. We're going to save it. We're just going to save it here. Let's see, save it, and then we can go into Vectric and we can go and install the post processor right here. We've already done that on this one here, but you can just install that downloaded file right here. So we're going to click on laser cut and fill, and we have the JTech 7-watt tool. We're gonna, for this one, we messed around with it a little bit, and the color that we liked turned out to be a move speed of 130 and power of 45%. It was overburning it a little bit at full power, so we just kind of cut it down in half. we're doing a hatch angle of 45 and a step over of 0.007. So let's calculate this. Calculate it. All right, so let's preview it again. So now it's going to go, and you're going to see that is the laser toolpath, and then the V Carve on top of it. So let's preview all toolpaths. Let's just go. So it's going to go and carve it, and then it's going to go on top of it as well to color it in. So let's go and let's save this laser cut toolpath. The post processor is going to be now the JTech GRBL, and we've done a couple things with it. For doing vectors, the standard Vectric one will work, but it has Z in it. And for the laser, we really don't like all the Z moves up and down. You can set your Z's to be really small if you want to use theirs, but I think just using this JTech GRBL laser inch post processor works out a little bit better for us, just because it removes all those Z up and down moves, so it makes it go quicker. And you don't have to worry about Z. Once you set your Z height, then you're good to go. So I'm going to just save this laser cut toolpath. We're just going to go and put it in here. Partial laser cut 1. And it's going to be the JTech GRBL laser post processor, and done with that. All right. So in the real big one now is that we're going to, that new post processor from JTech will work with this picture now a lot better too. We optimized it so that it doesn't stop for every pixel. So some people were saying it was going to take about 4 hours using the standard Vectric post processor. That moves it down to maybe like around a few, like maybe 30 minutes on ours. It just makes it a more fluid motion. So we're going to go here and we're going to click on laser picture. We're just going to do a move speed of 80 is what I think, and a max power of 100 for our laser tool here. We have our 7-watt laser tool. We're just going to do a raster. We're going to keep it at 0.006 for the line spacing, and we're going to have the line angle be at 0. So just going to go back and forth horizontal. We're going to calculate this. So there, it's calculated now. So you can see that in the preview there, it's going to be right on the other side of this little box here, inside of that box. And we need to go and save this toolpath. So we're going to use that same JTech GRBL laser inch to save it, and that's going to produce a really nice optimized picture. So we're just going to go Porsche laser picture 1. Okay, so now we have our 3 toolpaths here. And we have them all exported, so let's go set up our machine. All right, so here we are setting up the wood. We've put tape underneath it so we don't have to use clamps, and we're going to be using the origin at the front left of the plaque board. So we're just going to line up the V-bit to start the first of the carves. This again is the 60-degree V-bit for the first carve, the 1/4 inch 60-degree V-bit. Now that we're done with the carving section, we're going to line our laser up to the 0 origin in the front left corner. We're going to adjust the focus first. It needs to be 1/8 of an inch above the work surface. We're going to use our little focus tool. If you don't have a focus tool, just measure 1/8 of an inch, or get something that's 1/8 of an inch to use as a tool to figure out what level the shroud needs to go out. It needs to just be able to slide through. So you don't want to be pressing down on it. You want to see right at the moment that it's going to be just enough to slide right underneath it, so without being totally touched. Then we're going to take the laser, and notice it's a little off, so we're going to move it a little bit left. And we're going to take the laser and put it right on the edge of the corner. It's important to set it at the same point of where your bit was, because you want both the projects to be lined up when you go and fill it in, because it's going to go right over where the carve was. So you want it to basically be exact. There's other ways to do this. You could, on your project, put an origin, like a target, that we've done that before, a little bit off the workpiece. Since we're not going to cut out this plaque, since the outside of the work area is the boundary, we chose to just use the corner. But if you are cutting it out, you could put some vector somewhere outside of where your cutout is, and mark that with the router, and then put a divot in there, and then you can line it up with the laser. So I think we've almost gotten it done here in terms of lining it up. It's right on that edge where the V bit was, and we'll get started on getting the laser. We're going to do the laser toolpath, the cut and fill toolpath next. more information about JTech Photonics laser products and applications for your CNC machine laser upgrade, visit jtechphotonics.com. Check out the blog for all of our project information, including updates and new tricks on how to do different applications, and also check out our shop for our all-in-one laser bundles for various CNC machines. I hope you enjoyed the project today. Thank you very much.